You admire these people from afar, their whole careers. You know all their lyrics. You watch all their games. You watch all their documentaries, all their interviews. I may never be in the NBA. I may never be the biggest rap star in the world. But at the same time, I can apply those philosophies to whatever the hell it is I'm going to do. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is season 2 of the Wellbeing Wake Up. I'm your host, Robel. We get a round of applause real quick, man.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
I don't care what episode it is. We starting off with a round of applause, man. For those first-time listeners and those tuning in, this is season 2 of the Wellbeing Wake Up. It was something that I created last year, 2024. It was something to not just create content, but it was also a way for me to invite a lot of people who I feel have a lot to offer in terms of their experiences, their wisdom, their knowledge. But at the same time, it's a way to get people who may not normally collab or connect or have dialogue to get in the same room and really build. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to keep this thing going. I'm excited because last year we did 5 episodes for season 1. So to kick off season 2, I'm just like, we got to hit off with a bang, right? We got to get 2 heavy hitters. 2 people who I consider friends, but at the same time, people that inspire me, people I'm motivated by. I've learned a lot, and sometimes you don't notice that you're learning a lot because you spend a lot of time with people, you talk with them, you guys are experiencing your own wins and losses, but you're doing it in a way that's natural. But when you take time and reflect, you really realize, yo, these people around me have helped me get to where I'm at. So I'll let them introduce themselves. I normally do intros, but I'm gonna start off with my brother here.
What's going on?
Let the people know who you are.
Yes, sir. My name's Chase. I'm a real estate media guy, videographer.
Yep.
Shit. Do a lot of stuff. But
Yep.
yeah, man. That's about it. But what about you, P?
Yeah, it's P. Smith. Pat Smith, a.k.a. the Cat, a.k.a. call me what you want. X104, no. It's back in my radio days. But these days, I'm just a young business owner trying to get healthy.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went first because it's hard to follow up.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's dialed.
Yeah, man. Chase, peace. Man, thank y'all for showing up, first of all. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of times we have ideas, we want to create content and stuff, but a lot of times, bro, people are busy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people got things to do, so I'm just...
And you put 2 people together.
Yeah. It's hard enough to get 2 people to do something. You got 3, 4.
Yeah.
Shout out Abdi in the room too,
Come
man.
on.
But yeah, man, as for those who are consistent Wellbeing Wake Up listeners and viewers, as you know, we always have an overarching theme for these episodes. And for this one, the topic is more so centered around how to balance your entrepreneurial and professional growth versus your personal growth, whether that be, mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, I'm gonna open it up, but I'm curious, like, it's 2025, right? Where would you say you're at now when it comes to that balance?
I'm starting. I'm
Okay.
personally starting.
Yeah.
Never had that balance before.
Little foundations,
In the room, business, eat what I want. You know what I mean? No activity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is just, I'm a month and a half into this lifting fitness journey with balancing the business. I had a part-time job too, so I just quit that to focus on this full-time. So it's the first time I've actually had to even think about a balance of those 2 things.
Yeah.
So
What's that like though? What's that like to pivot, like to stop doing something because you want to do another thing?
Yeah, I think naturally it comes to me more natural because I like new things.
Okay.
Like I'm a former chaser of glitter. You know what I mean? The shiny gold,
shiny objects,
the shiny object syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
I got that heavy in my DNA. So, but this is a shiny object that's been necessary to chase that I've been avoiding. It's been glimmering, trying to remind me. So this is the first time I'm gonna attack it with full force.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's one of those things I've been avoiding, but in a month and a half in, I realized it's like exactly what's necessary. So, for me, I'm an all-in type of person. Like if I'm be interested in something, I'm
Yeah.
gonna attack it like with full force. Whether it's beats, music,
Mm-hmm.
every single
we
element
know.
of my life.
I know.
Film, like
Deep
we
dive.
diving into
Yeah.
10,000
you know?
hours.
10,000 hours.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is that new 10,000 hours that I used to have. Right,
Mhm.
I'm a former athlete at a high level, and so it's like muscle memory, but for a different purpose. Before it was forced. We had to be there to work out, or we
Yeah.
had to condition.
Yeah.
Now it's like you either do it or you don't.
Ain't no coaches telling
Nobody's
you to do
telling
nothing.
you.
Yeah.
No
You
one's
know,
gonna
you get
come
what you
save
work
you.
for.
Yeah.
You know, so
P, what made you like? I have my reason. Like I felt like I had to do something because I was
Yeah.
like, man, I'm tired of feeling like low energy and just feeling like shit.
Mm.
yeah.
What was your reason for like wanting to get healthy?
It's been the one thing. I've done everything else in my book of like
Mm.
goals that I had, you know, as far as the business, learning how to make money online,
Mm-hmm.
you know, not having to worry about bills getting paid, you know,
Mhm.
and like been able to slowly check those off. And then the most important thing has always been this thing again that's been lingering for the last 18 years of like, but when you're getting in the gym though, you know, so it's
Mhm.
like,
Yeah, that's cool. But when you
yeah,
get, yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
and then I also noticed my energy super low, sleeping all fucking day. You know, especially when you get the business to a point to where you have employees or contractors fulfilling the work for you and you don't have to really do anything.
Yeah.
I was sleeping all day, waking up to eat, going back to sleep, and
Mm.
it's about, even with working part-time at the job, like I couldn't wait to get off to go to sleep. Like
Yeah.
I just had no energy.
Yeah.
You know, even at the job I'm leaning all day. You know, my back is in shambles. So
Yeah.
even though like at the doctors, all my metrics are good. The
Yeah.
blood is good. All the work is good. Physically, I wasn't there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That
So
makes sense.
I was also avoiding events, going out to see people. People invite me places. I don't want to be seen. You know what I mean? So social life down, everything just down, and I'm naturally
Outgoing person.
outgoing,
Yeah, yeah.
socialized. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
crazy you say that, bro, because like I can definitely relate to that.
Mm.
I can relate to the being so locked in that you're not making time for none of that other
Mhm.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be going out, socializing, dating, all that shit that like requires full attention, you kind of just be like, you half-ass it, but
Mhm.
you don't got time for it. But you do. But
Mhm.
you convince yourself you don't have time for it because you're so locked in. Even when you're seeing progress, it's a weird thing where like you're like, oh shit, if I don't go harder, the progress that I made is gonna like diminish. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I don't know if that's what you were going through at the same time because you were growing. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And so I think a lot of people deal with that where they're like, yo, it's like the if it's not broke, don't fix it type of mentality. Like, why would I change up my routine when I'm seeing progress?
Mhm.
So when someone hits me up like, yo, let's go do this, I'm like, ah, shit, that might interfere with what I'm
Mhm.
trying to get to. You know what I mean? And so I don't think there's a perfect way to go about that. But I do think it's something that you have to like look within yourself and acknowledge like, yo, bro, like it's okay. Like, and I do notice when I do take time to like go do things outside of like being so locked in, you realize how much you really need those things.
Mhm.
You don't need it in excess. So I'm not saying like go out because some people have the scales tilted all the way the other way. They're not locked in and they're constantly going out and doing all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I just think you have to balance like popping out and understanding that that's part of your process for this too.
Mhm.
I've learned that at least through my journey for sure.
Yeah, no, that's hella relatable. I was like, dude, it's telling my story. What the
Mhm.
fuck?
Yeah, come on, dive into it a little
It's
bit.
crazy. But yeah, like I've been 100-something days on the journey, bro. But like
Mm.
it feels like it's like a light switch went off, you know?
Mhm.
It's like, bro, you just gotta commit. And it feels like yeah, like night and day difference. Honestly, like I can't even relate to 3 months ago. It doesn't feel like the same person.
Mm.
Yeah.
It just sucks because like I started like around New Year's and it feel like a New Year's resolution
Oh,
type
okay,
of shit.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's not me,
No,
bro.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
different. It's just that time.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like being on like a double XL cover, but you're like, I'm not like these rappers.
Yeah, I'm not-
I'm not
I'm
a
gonna make
freshman.
it. I'm not a freshman.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, that's actually real though, because I mean, as we're like moving along this conversation, I think I think it is important, bro, to like understand the totality of like this whole life experience, bro, because it's like you're checking off all these boxes, right? And growing up, they're telling you like, make sure you have this in order, make sure you have that, make sure you have that. And it's like I've just come to realize, like, bro, I don't know if we'll ever always have all these things together simultaneously. I don't believe in that, but I do believe like you can get them to a place where you're comfortably managing them and you have control over those things. But if you lose control of something, it's hard to get it back. You know what I mean? Mm. So I just think like when it comes to the health and fitness side, like for me, I wouldn't say like I fell off in any way, but I can speak to how it helped me for sure. Like we talked about this before. Like I think when I started getting back into playing ball, like right after the pandemic, prior to that, like I felt unhealthy. Sometimes you may not look it. You know how you feel. You're like, nah, I feel bad, bro. I don't feel good. I feel low energy, sluggish. You know what I mean? And so once I got back into kind of the routine of regularly exercising, my mood started changing. And I realized like I was always doing good work. You know, I was always very much like locked in and progressing, right, with the path that I'm on professionally. But I just felt better as a person. It had nothing to do with work. I started realizing like, yo, bro, like I'm getting back to me a little bit. Hooping was one of those things, you know, I love playing ball as a kid, but then as you get older, you start to tell yourself like, I don't got time for that shit no more. The more you tell yourself that, the more you diminish that. That might be one of the only things that bring you joy. Whether it's making music, whether it's cooking, like there's things that like bring you joy that you kind of like downplay. Because you're like, oh, I loved it when I was younger. Now that I'm older, I don't think I should be focusing on real adult type shit. It's like, nah, bro, like make time for that shit. That shit gonna unlock a side of you that's gonna make you feel a certain way and bring you to a level of like joy and just like positivity, bro. That's gonna pour into all the other shit you do and the people you deal with. So I feel you on that, bro. Like it's so important.
With what, you know, you guys have been posting a lot about just the runs you guys go on and like you said, balancing the business. What's kind of been that I know that self-realization and incorporating that back into the lifestyle.
I think like when you notice like when you're working out, it takes a lot of consistency because you don't see a lot of changes week to week. But you look back like 30, 60 days, you're like, fuck, like, damn, that's a big difference.
Yeah, you just posted that results picture.
Bro, I'm like, that's crazy. Like you don't really feel it, but you know, the same with business. You need consistency for like even longer to see a little bit of a change. And it's like, fuck, if you don't have that, like you start putting that off in business, you start delaying that on fitness. Like it all combines together. And like soon enough, you're like falling off on everything. There's no momentum. You're just done. Momentum is everything. Like you get that first little win. It's like, it just carries on. It's like it gets way easier when you're just consistent, even a little bit.
I also feel like, you know, they say like how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so when I'm, you know, if I'm locked in and I'm getting all this work done professionally and I'm like, you know, the UpNUp is growing and we're reaching all these goals and we're growing, but I'm not putting that same type of like focus and energy into like whether it be social life, relationships with family, fitness. I kind of feel like, all right, well, this isn't really who I am. I'm only a fraction of that over here. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it unlocked for me too, is like, let me just get a routine and stick to it. So when I started going back to the gym, bro, he'll tell you, like, I just started like getting in the gym and like lifting after so many years. And I actually, now I'm starting to like consciously be like committed to like wanting to get stronger and like, okay, I want to see if I can do this many reps. I didn't care about that stuff for a long time because I was like, yo, I'm back in the gym, I'm hooping. But for me, it was more so just like, I just want to be committed. And it was more of a mental thing for me. And I kind of realized that where I'm like, yo, I just want to prove myself to myself. I want to prove to myself that I can do something consistently. You know what I mean? Because you've proved to yourself, bro, like both of y'all. Actually, all of us in this room have proved to ourselves that we're capable of accomplishing certain things. You know what I mean? That was uncertain at first. And that shit required mental commitment. It had nothing to do with your looks, your you know what I'm saying, your physical, you know what I'm saying, like your background, your upbringing. It was literally you being locked in saying, I want to do this thing and I'm going to do it. And then you end up doing it. So I kind of just looked at that. I was like, okay, if I'm mentally able to manifest or materialize this thing, like, you tell me I can't show up to the gym 4 times a week and follow a regimen. It's not going to be easy because this wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just, for me, that's kind of what I realized. It's like, yo, just take that same mental focus and put it over here and then put it over here, you know?
No, the crazy part too is like, you always said like, yeah, I'm gonna hit the weights. I want to hit the weights. And then a year goes by, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Another year goes by.
Yep.
Like, bro, you're just lying to yourself. Like,
Yeah.
like we all have goals and we're trying to commit to shit, but like sometimes you're like, bro, like I don't even believe myself.
That's why I don't even be saying shit no more. I just like, I got tired of lying to myself.
But now
I'm
when
like, I
you
ain't even gonna
actually
say
did
it.
it, bro.
Yeah.
And like now I'm like, damn, I like made my promise. I kept my word. Like, fuck everybody else is like,
Yeah.
I did what I said I was gonna do. And like when you do that shit, it feels different. Like,
Yeah.
now I know I can do whatever I want. 'Cause I did it for me. I don't know.
It's you versus you.
This the dude that got me back into hooping.
Yep.
Oh,
Bro, I was hooping 3 times a week, still felt like shit. I was like, bro, what the fuck? It's all in the gym. It's not the gym. It's not cardio. It's just the fucking food, bro.
Oh yeah.
Diet is every
No, that first video you made when you had the burger and
yeah. Eating fucking Pop-Tarts and shit, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
We gotta,
I think this is like a this is a dope conversation, bro. Because I think like that's the whole purpose of this show, right? This series is like there's this like uncharted topics. You know, people always want to talk about their wins and like, yo, I achieved X amount of growth or I closed this many deals or whatever the case may be. And it's like, cool, bro. But like
300 billion. No,
3 billion. That's crazy.
I need at least 10,000.
Yeah, come on.
That's crazy. Let me hold
You
a
got
dollar,
the 10K,
bro.
right? Okay,
I forgot to tell him my bad.
okay, no, you good.
Yeah.
But nah, you know what I mean? What I realize is like, for those listening and watching, it's like, man, these are conversations I feel we should be having on the regular. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we should encourage each other. Like, it's weird because like I want to encourage people to like do things, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, yo, like, is it my place to tell that person how to live their life? Where do you guys fall in line with that?
Get your ass in the gym.
Okay, okay, you're very direct. I like that.
Yeah, get your ass in the gym.
You know what I'm saying? But you get
10
what I'm saying,
minutes
though?
a day.
Minimum.
I wish somebody did that to me. I wish. Now, granted, there were people in my life that were hinting at
They're
it.
finna text
But they're
you
doing
like-
it gently.
It's too gentle, yeah.
They're
I
so
need that
gentle with it.
real shit.
Why do you think they're
And
gentle,
I get it.
though?
I get it. There's other people that are more sensitive, so
Yeah.
I respect it. I need that trainer that's gonna cuss me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but see, that's what
I'm
it
different,
is.
though.
It's about who you're surrounded with sometimes, because like some people, you know, some people will tell you
Yeah.
that's just who they naturally are. They don't
Yeah.
care.
The little
tell
kids,
everybody
the little
what the-
kids, the little kids
Yeah,
will tell you.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they're the most real.
But then there's people who will like
That's
who
so true.
will be like, man, you know what? I can say something, but at the same time, it's not my place to say something.
Yeah.
And I find that that's hard for some people too, because it's like I'm of the understanding, like, bro, everybody in here got their own relationship with the universe, 1-to-1. You know what I mean? It took me a while to learn this, but when I learned it, it was like everybody has their own relationship with the universe, 1-to-1, and whatever the universe is putting in front of you at that very moment is for you and nobody else.
Yeah.
So who am I to interfere and try to either slow down or speed up that process between you and the universe?
Facts.
That's how deep it was for me, because I used to find myself always trying to like, hey man,
I'll give a little gym.
and then it'd be like, not even on the gym shit, just in general.
No, gems. GEM.
Yeah, gems, yeah, right. Thinking I'm dropping gems, but really I'm fucking putting boulders in between them, bro. Like I'm like slowing them down, but I didn't think about. I'm thinking intention. My intention is to help.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help, and I realized like, okay, it's not working. Why is it not working? Oh, you don't want to take my advice? You don't want to take my suggestions? And they, you know, you feel some type of way. But at the same time, I realized, thanks to Deepak Chopra, I read 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. That book is dope. But there was a chapter that talked about that. I was like, yo, like everybody has a relationship with the universe. So I say all that to say, like, when it comes to trying to encourage each other, like whether it's to get, you know, more financially stable, more physically fit, whatever the case is. I think a lot of times, bro, it is under paying attention to that, and then also trusting that the universe will guide them. But there's ways to like encourage and support people by example. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I you know, just going on many healing journeys the past 15 plus years, you know, I realize at the end of the day, somebody's not gonna do what they don't want to do. Right?
Yep.
But when I say like, I wish somebody would have, like, everybody in their own way gave me the hints, and I already knew what they were trying to say, right? But like an example is like one of my homies who's also going through like some deep trauma right now, like divorce trauma, first marriage, you know what I mean, and losing himself a little bit, and you know, you dropped it, hey, you know, now I'm on this journey, you should get on it too. Oh yeah, I'm gonna look at the stems, I'm gonna do this. So one day I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna just lie to him. I'm gonna say, let's kick it, and then take his ass to the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the dude?
That was, you know what I mean? So like, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And like, after the workout, he's like, man, I feel good. But it's like, nobody ever did that to me. And so now that I've done it, I'm like, okay, that might be the unlock. You know what I mean? Like, instead of telling somebody, lead by example. Yeah,
lead by example.
And take them with you.
Yeah.
Because there was one thing that sparked this business thing for me. And for years, from 2010 to 2020, I'm trying to learn this online business shit. And I'm trying to get people around me to understand the value of what you can do. Right. So I'm trying to get the homies involved. I'm like, man, check this out. Yeah. Nobody's wanting to take no interest. I'm the only one. So I'm like, man, for 10 years, I'm trying to get people involved. I'm like, yo, watch this course. Read this book. Do this. Nobody ever took me up on it. So I'm feeling away. I'm like, I'm trying to take y'all with me.
Am I crazy?
I'm trying to take y'all with me. This is freedom.
Yeah.
And then my homie, and this is one of the homies that for years is used to me doing, you know, having these revelations and being like, yo, this is it. And one day, like right before 2020, I did the same thing. I'm like, here's a course, take it. We're out of here.
We're out of here.
And he goes, Pat, I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm not going to watch that course. He said, because I don't understand it. He said, it's like you giving me a basketball and not ever coming to hoop with me. I might not ever use the basketball. And so from that moment on, I shut the fuck up. I said, unless I'm going to ask people to go hoop when I'm off from basketballs, I'm not going to say nothing. And that's what changed my whole focus on the business. I was like, I'm not going to talk about business until I prove the model.
Yeah, no, that's real. And I think also, like, you know, what I've noticed, at least from you, Pat, is like, every time I speak about you, I always tell people, like, he's one of the best teachers. Because a lot of people are very knowledgeable. They know a lot of stuff. They've probably done the same 10,000 hours you've done or that you've done. But they only know how to, like, teach based on what they went through. Right? So if I'm trying to teach my man here, I'd be like, yo, so this is how it worked for me. So take this advice. And he's like, I'm not you, bro. I didn't go through what you went through. You know what I mean? I didn't have to learn it the way you had to learn it. At the same time, I'm starting here. You're already all the way there. And one thing about you, I realized, like, you have a great ability to meet people where they're at and scale that. So depending on where the level is. So to your point, I think you have to be very conscious of that. Because even when you're further along in your journey, whether it's business or fitness, sometimes people feel like they're a little bit behind. And you're trying to tell them, yo, why aren't you coming to the gym? They're like, bro, like,
I ain't even got my mind.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be conscious of that and be like, yo, like, I'm just trying to figure out how to, like, sign up. You know what I mean? So I say all that to say, like, I think you've developed that through business, and I think it also pours into the fitness side too, when trying to encourage other people to get healthy.
No, but now that you've done it, you probably took that course, right?
Yeah.
And then you killed it, and then he's like, yo, like, how'd you do that? And then you're like, bro, it's the course. Now he's way more likely to do it because he saw you do it.
Yeah.
Same thing with fitness. The dude's like, yo, how'd you lose that weight? Like, what'd you do? It's like, I could have told him back when I first started, like, no, let's go do this shit. But they're not going to listen.
Yep.
You got to see the change before you can be it.
And at the same time, we're getting older, bro. Nobody want to talk about that?
Nobody got time for that.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
we're not old, but we're getting older.
Yeah.
So
I thought about that when I was thinking about, because the first thought that went in my head was you guys hooping. Damn, how they doing that? I used to go on 10 hoop runs back in the day. I'm not feeling that way. And then I realized, bro, we only this is hoopers in the league right now.
Yeah.
40, you know what I mean?
LeBron. Shout out, Bron. Shout out,
Jeff Green. Who else?
He said hoopers with an S. There's one.
One guy.
You know? So, but just, yeah.
Yeah, so I just think of that too. I'm like, man, like, we can be irresponsible when we're young.
Yeah.
With a lot of shit. We could be financially irresponsible, right? We could be whatever you want to call it. So I think that's part of it too, right? It's like kind of just being like, yo, let me be responsible for me because ain't nobody going to do it for me. You know, and I think that's the part that's going to kick in for some people. So, and that goes for anything really, but mainly I think with the fitness side of things, man, like, I don't know. I'm just like, yo, just move. Like, just move. It ain't even that deep. Like, you're gonna find yourself being more curious, like gradually curious about how you can unlock other physical parts of yourself and challenge yourself physically. But sometimes when you just keep it at its bare essence, like, yo, let me just get some movement in for the day.
Do something.
Whether it's 30 minutes for it. Sometimes I go to the gym just to just get the hell out the house, bro, and go in the gym. I'll go in there and just stretch, probably hit the bike, and then hit the sauna and dip out. Did I feel like I accomplished a lot? No. But I moved. I got up and moved. And I think that's part of it, bro. Like, don't try to hit home runs every time. Just move.
Steve,
You know what I mean?
I feel like we talked about the beginning of like the pain a lot, but like now that you've been working out consistently, I'm like 100-something days, 30 pounds down. Like, talk about how you feel now that you've been consistent, that you've been killing it, you got results, like you got that discipline.
You feel 100 days
Oh,
in,
bro, I feel incredible already.
Yeah, well, so you've been documenting your journey.
Yeah.
And you've been very public. Some people aren't as public about you too, you know, so.
Oh, he's every day, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like once a week.
Yeah, but talk about that, because I think there is a confidence in that, in showing oh, I don't have it all together. Yeah, look at me, bro. But guess what? I'm going to fucking get it right. I'm going to get it right.
Yeah,
You're getting it right. So what's that like?
I guess I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like,
there you go.
You gonna judge me? You got shit too. Everyone's got problems. Like,
yeah.
I guess I've seen behind the like smoke and mirrors. Like, everyone looks good online, but like, I know you got fucking bills and shit going on. I don't even know. I don't even care. But like, I'm gonna put my shit out. It's cringy. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna get an opportunity from it. I'm gonna feel better. I'm gonna inspire somebody. Like, that's worth it more than the downside.
Key. That's the fucking key. Inspire somebody, bro. Like, you don't always gotta like do a 360 windmill or hit a game-winning shot to inspire somebody, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes just being who you really are and like being like with the intention that you have, that shit will connect with people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You saying like, yo, I just want to get my shit right. I want to get back to I just want to get to a more healthier place. You know how many people in this world want to get to that place? So it's like sometimes just being honest about that is like enough, bro. That connects with people, that inspires people. And it's like, I think when you do things with the intention of like, yo, I need this in return. How are they going to think about this? Is it connecting? Then it's just like, you probably shouldn't even do it then. You know what I mean? But if you know like, yo, I'm documenting this for me first, but then also I understand like, it's like kind of it's I don't have to do it, but shit, it'll help. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking with Vozy about like the ultimate life hack is doing like a public challenge and being like, yo, I'm trying to lose this much fucking weight by this day. And if I quit, y'all fucking roast me. Like, like that shit motivates me not to stop because I'm like, damn, I'm holding myself accountable. Everyone like that I fuck with is holding me accountable. Yeah. Like, I have to do this now. Yeah. Let's go. Like, let's make it happen.
That's real.
It's a pro tip right there. Like, document that shit.
That's what started the filming for me. I needed as many fail safes as possible because I realized the one thing I never wanted somebody to help me. I thought I could do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized that's a lie.
Mm.
So when I left my job, the part-time joint, I said, I'm doing this for this journey, and I need every accountability I can get. So I went into the gym. He asked about personal training. I said, sign me up.
Mm.
I don't like wasting money, and I don't like wasting people's time.
Yeah.
So it knocks both out with
There
that.
you go.
You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
You're gonna at least pull up for the session.
That's what I'm saying. I'm paying for this shit, you know?
I did the same shit. I was like, bro, I'm at least get one workout a week.
Yeah, come on.
This guy, he's gonna cancel it. Fuck it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
And
nice.
the videos, I've been hiding for at least a decade, bro. I ain't really putting no content out there, you know what I mean? I ain't gone out to events.
Yeah.
And I said, even if you watch, I don't know, I'm sure some people picked up on it. If you watch my first like week or two, I was zooming in the video because I didn't want to see people see my whole body.
I seen that. I
You know what I
noticed
mean?
that. Yeah.
And then the last 2 weeks, I ain't cared.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because I'm like, I want people to see I understand that the transparency is more potent than the overall message.
Yeah.
And people are scared to do that. You know what I mean? And so as I started getting all the comments and like, this is the most engagement of any content I've ever got, you know? And it's from everybody else that either wants to be on the journey or is on it currently. And I've done this before and I've fallen off multiple times, but I feel like seeing that part of it, which I was not expecting, is more of like they need me to post every day.
Yeah.
Even go,
if it's
Pat.
a reminder.
Let's go, Pat.
And that's why it's called that, because I need that.
It's for you, bro.
I need that. Selfishly, I need that. Like I said, I like trainers to cuss me out. So if he's in the gym, let's go, Pat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I named it that, because if motherfuckers put it in the comments at least, it's gonna give me hype. You know what I mean?
That's real shit though, because I think that's the reward.
Yeah.
That's when you sometimes it's like we don't want to be vulnerable or we don't want to talk about things or share things.
Yeah.
Because we think you won't get judged.
My bad. I'm not peaking right. You got the levels right.
Now you're good. You're good. Let's go, Pat.
I can't hear my snare, bro. Not in the headphones.
Oh man. But you know what I mean? Like I think that's the part that like that's the reward in just being honest sometimes. You know what I mean? You don't do it for that.
Yeah.
But when you see what comes back from that, it's affirming.
Yeah.
It's affirming what you already were gonna do, you know, and it's a way to connect, bro. That's why I love social media, bro. I love these platforms. But it's a gift. It's a gift and a curse, obviously. But that is part of the gift right there, is the ability to like connect with people in a way that they need to be connected to. You know what I'm saying? So that's real. That's real talk.
How you feeling though? 30 pounds down.
Yeah, man.
Too easy.
I'm breathing better.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Like if I don't notice anything else, I notice that I used you know, I'm just thinking about the Twinkies and
feeling good now.
Thinking about all the snacks before they even hit the streets.
I sent him a protein ice cream thing. He calls me, bro, how'd you know I wanted ice cream? Bro, everybody wants ice cream. What do you mean?
Everybody. No, but yeah.
You know what you were doing.
Breathing. That's really it. I'm really just focused on showing up every day. Like yesterday was a tough one.
Yeah.
And I want to go to that session.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time, you know. People was like, oh, it's going to get there. I'm like, no, I'm good. No, I got there yesterday.
I'm curious. So how have you seen, and this is for both of y'all, but like how have you seen the success in kind of that physical health focus and that growth? How have you seen that play into kind of your success professionally in your like your entrepreneurial endeavors, or, you know,
I can already
your
see
ventures?
it with you without you even saying it.
Yeah, like how have you seen it, like how have you seen it correlate and affect?
Oh, bro, like I started that whole business this week.
Yeah,
I would have never done that 60 days, 90 days ago. I would have been like, fuck, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a nap, bro. I'll figure it out tomorrow. Push it off again, but like, yeah, no, I like literally have so much more energy It's like 3-4 hours more in a day. You can get shit done. It's like a whole nother career.
Yeah. No, dead ass. When I say I was sleeping all day, I'm taking 3-hour naps 4 times a day.
Wow.
So like, I'm waking up at 8 a.m. now, lasting all day.
Let's go.
You know, so energy's crazy. The business side hasn't really been affected yet because I'm still like on a break. And so like, I'm grateful I had the clients I have still, but I think that won't ramp up probably until I see like a significant result.
Got you.
You know what I mean, like 3-6 months.
Got you.
And then I'm gonna be fucking ready to go.
Yeah.
Blow some shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I think what I'm grateful for is that I know, because I proved the business for so long, I know how to go get the bag when I'm ready to be in that attack mode.
Yep.
And so I feel like this time I do have that attack mode on. It's a wrap. You know what I mean?
Shit unlocks at day 100, bro. Once you're there,
I see you going crazy. So I had a feeling. I was like, oh yeah, he's back with a vengeance.
With a vengeance.
Yeah,
sure.
Because we talked about the previous one that you were really deep into, getting clients for. So yeah, I seen the. I don't know if you actually took like a back seat on that.
No, we're still doing it. We're just changing some shit up.
Yeah.
But like just way more discipline, bro.
Yeah.
Trying to get swole for summer.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Big Robbie's coming soon.
Come on. He's up
Rob
like business.
6 pounds. Like, I don't know if it's all muscle, but shit. He's definitely bigger.
Well, I was
So
trying to get to
muscle.
200. I was 186. Last time I weighed in, I was like 194. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be real, like I haven't been the best with nutrition. The physical side is like, that's kind of easy.
Yeah.
The nutrition side is hella hard for me, bro.
That shit's crazy.
That's just hard for me. Like, oh, you got to hit a certain amount of carbs a day and all, and count, and it's like protein numbers and
my protein's nuts.
that's crazy, man. And like we were slim, so we don't even think. Me personally, like I always was like up, eat my big meal a day, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of been the challenge, but we'll get there. You know what I mean? But one thing to the question I asked y'all, like one thing that just popped in my head was when I started like it's weird. I would look at pictures from pandemic or like 2019, right? Obviously, like what I do is like front facing. I'm always in front of the camera. I'm on the mic and stuff. So like I would see pictures and I'm like, damn, bro, looking rough. At the time, it didn't feel like that. But when I when I correlate the photos, once I like got back into hooping and started like consistently working out, having a routine and balancing out the work life with just having something physical and something physical and fitness based to like balance that out. I look like a totally different person. Like definitely. But I at the time I didn't feel like a different person. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's like, bro, you got to go and like really go through that journey so you can look back and be proud of like, oh, okay, this is what I wasn't seeing. Because, you're only going to see what you see.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people ain't going to tell you.
Never.
You
They
know
never
what I'm
gonna tell
saying?
you.
They're like, oh, what's up, man?
They gonna tell each other.
They're like, oh, you looking good, man. Like, do you mean that? Or you just saying that, But that's why I think it's important to just understand it is a marathon. Shout out.
Hello.
Got the marathon merch on right now. It is a marathon though. So, but that's something I noticed was like, I was more confident, I guess I can say, you know what I mean? And I also started taking more notice of that, just in the appearance side of things. I didn't really care too much, but at the same time, obviously I didn't care because I didn't care. I didn't care about some of that other stuff. So, yeah, man, it's all relative, bro. It all connects. You know what I mean? And then boundaries too. That's one thing I realized. Ooh. Yeah, you want to talk about that? Like setting boundaries.
B-O-U-N-D-A-R-I.
Yeah, you got to set boundaries, bro. Because like, man, with all that stuff we were talking about, it's like, man, whether it's trying to be locked in on your business or your career.
I'll show you one boundary I got.
Man, you're going to have distractions, bro.
Yeah.
Someone on that?
Oh, that's
Do not disturb.
Do not disturb is a life hack.
Yeah.
It's not utilized enough.
Yeah, bro. But that's real. Like,
Yeah.
whether you want to be locked in the gym, whether you want to be locked in your career, right? You want to make time for family, right? For your relationships, whatever. It's like, you got to have set boundaries. People want a piece of you. People might be pulling you from all different directions. So it's like, if you don't set those boundaries, bro, you ain't going to be able to be locked in on nothing.
That's some insight I actually do want from you right now. Yeah, additionally.
Yeah.
What is that balance like having significant other in the business?
Being a high achieving individual.
She works like 60 hours a week.
Okay,
like,
so she's locked in too.
Yeah, she's working. She's leveling up. So like, but it's on the corporate side. So like,
Yeah.
it's hard to relate to like, it's
Yeah.
different hours a lot of times. So you're like, fuck, all right, you're working all Saturday. I've been working all Monday. Shit's busy, but I mean, you got to make time for priorities. It's not even boundaries. It's like, dude, you gotta lock in.
Yeah.
You know, if The Rock can fucking do 16 movies in a month
God,
and get a 2-hour workout in, why
Yeah.
can't you, bro? He's not any different than you. I don't know.
Cheat
You
day
could
is
have picked
crazy.
anybody.
Like,
You
I
picked The
know.
Rock.
I just picked a
The
random.
first thing I go to is the
Mark
cheat day.
Wahlberg. I don't
I'm
give a
like,
fuck.
that's better.
4 a.m. club.
Yeah, I could be Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
anybody that's like a high level entrepreneur, like they're
Yeah.
all focused on their health. That's the first thing they do usually. Like
Yeah.
you got to make time for you at the beginning of the day. For me, I love it because it's like, bro, I'm gonna set the foundation of the morning. The whole day is set how you wake up, how you start it. Just an hour, bro. 30 minutes, do something.
That's real.
Read. I don't care. Like it don't have to be fitness.
It's discipline. You know what I also realized, bro? I was like feeling hypocritical sometimes because it's like Kobe Bryant's my favorite player of all time. Like I love Kobe. I love Nip. I preach the marathon. I'm all about the Mamba mentality. And it's like, yo, you admire these people from afar, their whole careers. You know all their lyrics. You watch all their games. You watch all the documentaries, all the interviews. It's like, how are you not applying that to your own life? You know what I mean? And so that was another part of it where it was like, yo, like I may never be in the NBA. I may never be the biggest rap star in the world, whatever the case is. But at the same time, I can apply those philosophies to whatever the hell it is I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of it is like, man, don't just take these people, these iconic figures or these, admirable folks and like just look at it as like entertainment or just some like leisure thing you can like consume. It's like, bro, there's some real knowledge and real gems and real life philosophies they're giving you. Apply it to your own life. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, I would try to envision myself doing my version of what Kobe would be doing to win 5 rings, but just to like grow this media platform or to try to get more focused in, my fitness, whatever the case is. So, even, you know what I mean? To this day, I'll be on the court like, he knows, bro. I'll be trying to add shit to my game. Like I'm actually in the league, but I'm not in the league, but I want to get better. You know what I'm saying? For me. And so I take that same approach and to everything I'm trying to do. So, yeah.
That reminded me of our workout. Like we had the same trainer, my guy Jalen.
Shout out Jalen.
Bro, he put us through the ringer one day. I'm wearing the Kobe's. I'm about to quit. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking gassed.
Take these.
He's
Sean
like,
Bradley.
he's
where
like
you
the
at?
Mambas, man. It's the mentality. And I was
That's
like,
crazy.
fuck, you're right. I can't quit.
Yeah.
Did another set.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
like, fuck, man.
Yep.
You gotta apply that shit.
No, that's real. That's real.
Imagine Kobe applying for grants. Like that was all he was focused on.
Yeah, he'd be the
You guys would be
5
out of
rings.
here.
$5,000 a year.
Kobe go crazy.
Too easy.
Kobe probably create his own foundation, bro.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, we're kind of like wrapping up here, but man, I guess I'm just curious, like when you look back on your guys' journeys where you're at now, obviously there's so much more ahead, but like what's a piece of advice you'd give to younger Pat and what's a piece of advice you'd give to younger Chase?
It's not that crazy. It's not that complicated, I always made like business, fitness, whatever it is. Like it always felt like this huge mountain of like, oh fuck, that's like impossible to do. I'm never gonna be able to learn that. Like your boy, he was like, I don't even understand it. It's like me either, shit.
Yeah.
But if you take it one day at a time, you can only get there like with consistency and just time. So I'm like, it's way simpler. Like if you want to lose weight, eat less, move more.
Yeah.
it's not that crazy, but like you make it up in your head to be some huge obstacle because you don't want to change, but it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Get your ass in the gym.
Eat less, move more. I like that. That should be a t-shirt, bro.
Oh, that's gotta be already.
Yeah.
Like, bro, simple but not easy.
That's a deep question, bruh. Because I feel like Lil Pat got all the gems that he needed to pay attention to. He just
didn't listen.
Grasped them a little later.
It's always later, yeah.
But like my mom always told me, never stop working out. Like she been telling me that. Didn't listen. Now we working extra hard.
Yeah.
I always was told you get what you work for. That's something that's like really understated, but like, bro, you don't get nothing more, nothing less. Like you get exactly what you work for. You don't do shit, you're not gonna get shit.
That's real.
You put 10% effort in, you will reap 10% reward. Like the universe keeps you equal. So I think the only real piece of insight that I've gained, well, it's been many, but if I had to give one piece, man, I don't love yourself, bruh. I mean, there's nothing more important than that.
That's real.
You're free when you do that.
That's real. That's real. Yeah, I think if I talked to my younger self, I'd probably tell myself to be less stubborn and ask more questions. I was very much a run head first, knock my head, like, oh shit, and then still do it. You know what I mean? With something new. I was very like, I didn't want to hear it sometimes, even though I knew better. I still wouldn't do better. And I feel like it would definitely have saved me time. It probably would have made me make more sound decisions, I guess. But I was kind of like more so very optimistic. I'm still optimistic to this day, but maybe a little bit blindly optimistic when I was younger, to just say like everything's gonna work out. Everything's gonna work out. What are you talking about? Everything's gonna work out. You know, which is great because a lot of people don't even have the ability to start anything. So I think that's helped me get things started. But I was lacking a lot of knowledge that I knew, but I just didn't know how to ask questions because I was maybe a little too prideful. But I would just tell myself, yo, like, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so prideful, and ask questions. Speed up your process. So
you guys edit, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch mine out.
Now you can just add it on, bro. We don't gotta edit it out.
Okay.
This is overtime.
Inspiration.
OT. No, I figured it out. I would tell really anybody this: be more disciplined about spending the most time with the people you love, and find every excuse to do things with them instead of saying, "Oh, I got work," or "I got," you know what I mean? Because and film those moments, because I just think back to this journey of like being so focused and zoned in. I've lost so many people where our last text was, "Hey, let's get up," you know, and it's like we never got up.
Yeah.
And so even like one of my closest, my uncle that passed away in the pandemic, you know, from, you know, the substance, like when we were doing his funeral, I got video footage and pictures of everybody from the last 15 years. I had one of him. It was a 3-second Snapchat clip. I'm like, damn. I ain't got no footage of my uncle, like my one uncle that was there my whole life. I got one clip.
Yeah, that's real.
I got footage of everybody, bruh.
That's
I'm sure
so
I probably
real.
got footage of you. I don't even know you. I mean, like, so
We got this whole thing right here.
that's what I'm saying. I got
real.
more. That real talk, but
That's real.
that in this journey and me realizing what's important, it's like I thought money was freedom. It's like, bruh, no, it's a tool for real. Like you can't buy those people back, those moments, memories. So at the end of the day, what you gonna be hugged up with your bank account? Like, you know, that was the focus for so long when you come from being broke your whole life, you know.
Right.
And you get in, it's like, bro,
like Nas said, ready, man, you could try. They're going to rob your grave.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
That ass.
He said, rich man tried. They'll rob your grave. That's real shit. That's real, though. You wanna throw an extra one in there, too?
Nah.
Come on.
Okay,
Lay it up. Lay it up.
Any more OTs?
I didn't know we had subs.
Nah, you're
we
good.
got audibles.
Nah, that's real, though. I appreciate y'all for that, man.
He had the backup verse.
Yeah.
Gotta lay another one. You pick your favorite.
So we always wrap up these episodes with each of us providing one well-being tip for the audience that they can take with them. Something that works for you that you think would be dope for them to learn about. You just made a face like you ready to drop one, so we can start with you, P.
I just learned that for every pound of carbs that you eat, it carries 5 pounds of water with it. So
for every pound of carb,
every pound of carb that you eat,
mm-hmm.
it requires 5 pounds of water to be carried with it.
Wow.
So if you're a carb eater and wondering why you can't lose weight,
that's why.
There's many other reasons, but that's
the one bit.
Get the calculator out.
I know.
Do the math. Yeah.
There's 20 pounds of water for 1 pound of
damn
carb.
I didn't know that. Damn.
That's real.
That's deep.
Maybe look at carbs different.
That's real.
Eat that protein.
What you got, Chase?
Eat that protein, bro. Just hit that pound per gram of what is it? You get there, you resistance train, bro.
I didn't figure that one out.
Calorie deficit, you're good. You won.
Come on.
There's no way you lose. Literally, mathematically, you cannot lose. It's like, bro, it's not that deep. Simple, but not easy.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it, 3,500 calories for a pound? You can literally do the math on when you would hit your fucking goals. Once I realized that, I was like, oh, shit. I'm going to hit my goal in like 3 months. Let's go. You got the in-body. You got the data, man.
So do the math.
I literally chat GPT my whole
I was literally opening chat GPT.
You know? Like I can go, all right, on this day, on my birthday, literally this year, I'll be at like my goal percent body fat. If I do what I need to do. So it's easier said than done.
So okay, that's good. So your well-being tip is do the math.
Do the math.
Do the math.
You can literally look at the data. If you get a scan of your body, you can see when you're gonna hit your shit if you're doing what you're doing.
That's real.
Yeah.
I think that would definitely help a lot of folks too, just from like tracking. So
know your numbers, man.
Yeah, that's
just
real.
like business.
Those are good. Man, my well-being tip to leave folks with would be just move, man. Get some movement in. Regardless of how much you do a day, just move. Try to find a way to move every day, whether it's going for a walk. My mom goes for a walk every morning. She always be telling me about it. Like it's like just do what you can to move, you know what I mean? Or go hard. Whatever the case is, like within that spectrum. But that's my well-being tip, man. Just get some movement, get a sweat. Don't overthink it. I'm giving hella tips, but yeah.
Drink your water.
No, these are the sub tips for the main tip.
Here's Robbie's 10 tips of well-being.
But yeah, man.
2.1.
Man, this has been amazing, bro. I just want to thank both of y'all for being here. First of all, helping me kick off season 2 for the Wellbeing Wake Up. Yeah, man. And for those listening, tuning in, just thank you for spending time with us. Hopefully this episode, served you guys well. Please let us know how you enjoyed it. You can definitely reach out through all the platforms. I'm super excited to keep this going and getting a lot more dope individuals in here and just kicking it and really just having real dialogue, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Any final thoughts from y'all?
Yeah, when's that next set of merch dropping?
Yes, sir. Hey. We do got UpNUp does have a new merch run coming. I'd say for the summer. Yeah.
Lakers in 5.
The Lakers in 5 for sure.
Sonic's coming back to whoop that ass.
Yes, sir. And shout out P. Smith's brand Back Pushers.
Yes, sir.
Graduated money. Acre, Seattle.
Acre, cold name right there.
We'll link all their businesses and ventures so you guys can go support them as well. But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in.
Let's go.
This wraps up episode 1 of the Wellbeing Wake Up, season 2.